Ready to go again. Working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010. The Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good.
I can't lie, at age 46, to still be active, to still be thriving, still throwing punches, it just shows how much of a legend you are.
Manny Pacquiao is training again with his longtime coach Freddie Roach as he prepares for a 2025 return fight against Mario Barrios. Pacquiao and his team have been running through Los Angeles streets, focusing on fitness and sharpness. The boxing legend is clearly serious about making a strong comeback.
All right, let's go.
You see that speed, Ellie?
That's unreal. What, 25 punches in 4 seconds? This pay-per-view is selling 1 million. Yeah. Morning round with Pacquiao.
Pacquiao's longtime partnership with Freddie Roach began early in his career and played a major role in his rise to greatness. Their bond is built on deep respect and trust. Now, as Manny readies for his return, he's back with Roach, bringing a mix of motivation and old memories. Their reunion reminds fans of the successful teamwork behind many of Pacquiao's biggest wins.
Will duplicate a Manny Pacquiao ever again.
Let's talk a little bit about Freddie Roach, because, you know, your relationship has been so definitive. What do you think is the best advice that he ever gave you?
Just focus. Always what your dreams is.
Was that advice that you needed? Was that something that you found difficult to do?
Fans are feeling emotional seeing Pacquiao back in training with Roach. It brings back memories of classic fights and unforgettable moments from their prime years. Their reunion isn't just about training, it's a hopeful sign that there's still one more thrilling chapter left in Pacquiao's legendary story.
Left, ready to go again. Working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010. The Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw. Like, he wasn't in horrible shape, but he is 46 years old, going up against a guy that is more than a decade younger than him in Mario Barrios. Bob Arum, in the same interview, he said that he was worried about Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy that promoted Pacquiao for most of his professional career, not promoting this fight against Barrios, but he said he is concerned for Pacquiao going into this fight. Do you have concerns about Pacquiao going in?
No, I don't have concerns. And look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now. Just like when Mike Tyson looked like a killer when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing eye need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao is not going to have zero legs.
Freddie Roach often looks back at the first time he met Manny, when the boxer weighed just 112 pounds. Many in the boxing world overlooked him, but Roach saw something special in Manny's power and drive. That first impression sparked a partnership that helped create one of the sport's greatest careers.
What did you know about Manny?
Nothing. He's a little guy, 112-pound former world champion. He says, well, you want to work out together? I said, yeah, no problem. After one round of mitts with Manny Pacquiao, I says, wow, this kid can fight. He had speed and he had power. And because I asked Pacquiao, did you go to any other gyms before this one? He says, Freddie, I started in New York and I came across the country and I stopped at every gym I could. And everyone else turned me down. I says, what? We started working together. Everything was going really well. He was was about to go home, but at that time, Lidwaba was the world champion from South Africa, and his opponent had gotten sick and pulled out of the fight. Manny was the next available opponent.
What are you thinking?
I told all the top-ranked employees, bet on Pacquiao, he's 60-1. I mean, you can't get a better odds than this. And they said, Freddie, your guy's gonna get killed. I said, what are you, crazy? I said, this kid is special.
I frankly had never heard of him, but I've seen and heard of him now.
Now, after years at the top and some time away from the ring, Pacquiao and Roach are back together preparing for the 2025 fight against Mario Barrios. Training clips show them working on fitness, speed, and technique from road work in LA to intense pad sessions. This camp feels like both a physical rebuild and a personal revival for Pacquiao. Even at 46, Pacquiao has surprised fans with his recent training videos. His speed and power still look sharp, reminding people of his younger days. Some compare his comeback to George Foreman's, where age didn't stop greatness. That mix of surprise and nostalgia is making people believe Manny could still pull off something special.
Manny Pacquiao is back at training with Freddie Roach. This is crazy to think about it. Manny Pacquiao is coming back at age 46 to challenge Mario Barrios for the WBC World Welterweight title. Listen, this is inspirational. I can't lie. At age 46, to still be active, to still be thriving, still throwing punches, it just shows how much of a legend you are, how great of a talent you are. Only a special kind of human can take on this challenge. You know, Manny Pacquiao, age 46, he takes on Mario Barrios, who is in his prime. Like, this could be devastating for Manny Pacquiao if shit goes left. But you know what I keep asking myself? Imagine if Manny Pacquiao actually comes back and beats Mario Barrios. That's crazy. It's happened in the past before. Bernard Hopkins, George Foreman, they've come back in their older ages and they've become world champions. It can happen, it's possible. But I mean, listen, if we're going to talk about skill sets, Manny Pacquiao is a better technical boxer than George Foreman. Manny Pacquiao is a better technical boxer than a Bernard Hopkins. So it's not impossible if you think about it. Manny Pacquiao has got a better chance at becoming a world champion at 46 than Bernard Hopkins or George Foreman did. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible. Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Fuck it, man. Fuck it, man. Why not? Live your dream. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what age you are. Live your fucking dream. Let's fucking have it.
A key part of Pacquiao's return is his goal to win back the WBC welterweight title, the same belt that helped launch his career years ago. Starting at flyweight, Pacquiao's journey through the weight classes has been historic. This fight feels like a full circle moment where legacy and memories matter just as much as titles.
Boxing Doctor News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Still, some experts are cautious. They say looking good in training doesn't always equal success in the ring. Concerns remain about Manny's reaction time, endurance, and ability to take punches at his age. It's a reminder that the fight itself is very different from workouts and drills.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried.
Pacquiao's advisor, Sean Gibbons, spoke about the choice to fight Mario Barrios. He said it wasn't just about rankings or money. The connection to the WBC title gives this match a personal meaning. It ties back to Manny's first world title and adds a sense of purpose to what could be his final chapter.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on the 28th in Japan. So, you don't really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in a rehab season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story and a very winnable fight for Manny.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas looked at Barrios' background and noted that he moved up in weight. Instead of being a natural welterweight, this might make him seem bigger than he truly is, which could even out the fight a bit. Atlas's take suggests this might be a closer, more exciting battle than some expect.
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big natural welterweight. And of course we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God. I don't even know when he first turned pro, you would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean, he was
108 pounds, right?
Yeah, jockeys are about 105 pounds, I think, somewhere around that neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine him though going to the whip? He might have killed the horse. That's the only thing. Yeah, you would have had Petter. What is it called? Peter, whatever. Peter. You would have had Peter coming after you. Look what he did to this horse. But. Look, I love Pacquiao. One of my favorite people, one of my favorite fighters in the whole world. He's moved up from incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy, but you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights. But you're right. He beat Ugas. You could say Ugas was a little older than when he fought him a little bit than when Pacquiao fought him, and maybe that made a difference, whatever. But
boxing fans are split over Pacquiao's chances. Some believe his experience and ring IQ could beat a younger opponent. Others worry that his age could be a major problem. Some even compare it to spectacle fights like Tyson versus Jake Paul, hinting the show might matter more than the sport. It shows how mixed feelings are about Manny's return.
Podcast or his network, his YouTube show.
1 second. So you got Manny winning?
Yes.
You got Manny winning?
No. Against Barrios?
Yeah.
No, I think every great fighter got one great fight left in him. That had to be Thurman. And Manny, I think Manny seems to want to. Manny appears to be like how Bernard and Roy were. Like he's really one of those great old school fighters where you gotta he's gotta go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Going out on your shield used to not mean just in any given fight. It used to mean that's how they went out, period, fighters. And Manny's like that.
I do not want to see.
It's really hard to see Manny Pacquiao losing to Mario Barrios because of who they are. But who they are now,
Sean, I do not want to see like Manny on the knee, mouthpiece out. That's gonna hurt me.
Kevin McBride, Mike
That's
Tyson.
gonna hurt me.
Even though Pacquiao says he's stayed active, critics question whether that's enough to face someone like Barrios. They argue that real fights are different from training, and that time away affects sharpness and timing. It raises doubts about how prepared Pacquiao truly is for this kind of challenge.
By
overhand right. Stop it! Welcome to K9 Boxing. And it's yours truly, Cornelius K9 Bundridge, the oldest world champion in junior history. And Manny Pacquiao is looking to step back in the ring, y'all, against Mario Barrios, July the 19th. If I'm not mistaken, it's July 19th. And I give Manny Pacquiao a good chance at winning. Because, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's been inactive, he's older. Man, but he throw punches. He has a lot of experience. And his last fight was an exhibition, which still was a fight and still kept him sharp, punching, doing something. So it ain't like he just ain't been in the ring, ain't did nothing. Yeah, he been working. It's like them underground boxing matches are real fights. And they keep you off bold. You know, Emmanuel Stewart used to do a lot of exhibitions for his guys to get them sharp, to get them prepared for a fight if they hadn't fought in a minute, just to have them fight sharp. What up, Keith? Yeah, just to have them fight sharp, so if they got in the ring and they hadn't fought in a minute, it won't seem like it. It'd be like it seemed like they just recently fought. Yeah, so, you know, it's a lot of stuff you can do to make yourself relevant, sharp, can have you right, ready for a fight. Yeah. My young dogs, Kevin, Kyrie, and Tadell, you know, the Hawk, the dogs, they fought to a draw.
Well-known trainer Robert Garcia respects Pacquiao's legendary career, but also raises concerns about aging in boxing. He warns that even the best athletes can struggle as their bodies change. Still, Pacquiao's passion is clear. He says fighters should entertain and leave fans with lasting memories. That mindset shows he's in it for more than just the win. He wants to deliver something special for boxing fans everywhere.
Hit a lick, I mean, but Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might run and beat Pacquiao up. I mean, not knock him out, but, you know what I mean, beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like, yeah. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, I mean, why not? If he could make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I mean, I would love something like that. And that's a fight you know you got to get ready for.
It's a fight that boxing fans are going to criticize you for.
Yeah.
But the reality is, Manny Pacquiao has a diehard fan base that you're going to make money with that fight.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to see other fights at 47. You Stanionis, you Boots, you Brian Norman.
Yeah, but you want to steal as much as he can steal. You know what I mean? Because again, this shit is not forever. Just like anything else, it's going to end. So you want to make some money, and you want to do great things.